The others!
Protect our daughter!
On one terrible night, Adeeze lost everything.
Look! The cursed daughter!
She's a monster!
They feared what they never understood.
Long ago, in the hills of Umuagu, there lived a young girl named Adeeze. Before she could remember her parents' faces, a terrible fire swept through their farmstead during a night raid by armed raiders. Her mother and father died trying to save their neighbors, leaving Adeeze alone in a world that quickly forgot their sacrifice. She was raised by an elderly herbalist until the old woman also passed away. From then on, Adeeze survived by gathering wild fruits, medicinal leaves, and firewood from the forest. She learned to read the sounds of birds, the movement of animals, and the language of the wind. The forest became her only true companion. Adeeze grew unusually tall and remarkably strong. She could carry heavy logs that 3 men struggled to lift. Instead of admiring her strength, the villagers mocked her. They called her the cursed daughter of the hills, believing her appearance was a sign of misfortune. Children laughed whenever she walked through the marketplace, while adults refused to allow her near community celebrations. Though their words wounded her heart, Adeeze never allowed bitterness to take root. Whenever someone became sick, she quietly left healing herbs at their doorstep before sunrise. When widows needed firewood, she secretly delivered bundles outside their homes without asking for thanks. One season, neighboring warriors invaded Umuagu. During the confusion, Prince Abana, the only son of King Azudo, led a group of defenders into the mountains. Unknown to him, one of the enemy commanders had planned an ambush. As the prince crossed a narrow rocky pass, he was struck by an arrow. He lost his balance and tumbled down a steep hillside into a hidden ravine. His soldiers, believing he had died, fled under heavy attack. Adeeze, returning from gathering herbs, heard a faint cry echoing through the valley. After searching for hours, she found the prince badly wounded and unconscious. Knowing that no one else would reach him before nightfall, she tore strips from her clothing to stop the bleeding, built a makeshift stretcher from branches, and slowly pulled him through thick forests, muddy paths, and dangerous streams. Every step tested her strength, but she refused to abandon him. When she finally reached the palace gates, exhausted and covered in dirt and blood, the royal guards misunderstood what they saw. The prince lay unconscious, and Adeeze was the only person beside him. Believing she had kidnapped or attacked the heir to the throne, the guards arrested her immediately. The king, overcome with fear for his son, ordered Adeeze to be locked inside the old stone prison beneath the palace until the prince could speak. Days passed in darkness. Adeeze received little food and no visitors. Yet even in prison, she prayed that the prince would recover, asking for nothing in return. At last, Prince Abana awoke. His first question was, "Where is the woman who saved my life?" The palace fell silent. The prince explained how Adeeze had found him in the ravine, treated his wounds, and carried him across impossible terrain when no one else remained. Without her courage, he would have died before sunrise. The king was overcome with regret. He immediately ordered Adeeze's release, personally apologized before the entire kingdom, and punished the officials whose judgment had been clouded by prejudice. For the first time in her life, the villagers looked beyond her appearance. They saw not the woman they had mocked, but the brave soul whose kindness had never depended on acceptance. As the months passed, Prince Abana and Adeeze spent more time together. He admired her wisdom, compassion, and quiet strength. Their friendship blossomed into love, and with the blessing of the king and the council of elders, they were married. When Adeeze became queen, she never forgot the lonely child she once was. She built homes for orphaned children, created farms for widows, opened healing centers for the poor, and established schools where every child was welcomed regardless of appearance or family background. The same people who once called her a curse now proudly spoke her name with honor. Her story spread across neighboring kingdoms, reminding everyone that greatness often hides beneath the weight of rejection, and that the heart people overlook may one day become the heart that saves a nation. Moral of the story: Never judge a person by appearance or rumors. Compassion, courage, and humility reveal true greatness, and those rejected today may become tomorrow's greatest blessing.